Hello everyone and welcome to another video on JavaScript programming. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Kaushal and in this particular session today we will go through JavaScript statements and comments. So we will start with the programming part directly as the topic is mostly related to programming only. So without any further delay, let's get started. In the previous video, we learned about a first JavaScript program. I explained you some basic things like if you want to perform addition, if you want to add two numbers, or you want to perform subtractions and multiplication and division as well. Before moving forward to statements and comments, here to take a note. While you are performing any calculation, let me show you. See, if you are performing any calculation, let's copy it from here and paste it here. So yeah, if you want to perform, let's add two numbers, like we want to add 45 and we will add, let's say 5. We'll save it and here you can see the answer is 50 here, right? So if you want to perform any calculation, you have to write as it is. You can't write any calculation within inverted comma or double inverted comma. Let's try this. If you want to write any calculation within a single inverted comma, the moment you save it, it will print it as 45 plus 5. What the browser will do, the browser will interpret it as text and print it as it is. So there will be no change. So keep that in mind, take a note of it, and we are done with it right now. So let's move on to statements in JavaScript. So guys, whenever you use any programming language, you give the computer some instruction to perform any task or activity. That's common in all programming languages present out there. Like you are giving computers a few instructions to do a particular task. These instructions you are giving to the computer are known as statements. You see the code written over here. This document.write function is an instruction or statement given to the computer to write something on the browser. Like if you are writing hello world inside this function, it will print it in the browser as it is. And same for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and whatever you are writing inside it, it will basically print it on browser. Like let's suppose if we write here something else, let's suppose we write here inside double inverted comma, welcome to SimpliCode. We save it. We are basically giving it the instruction to write this on the browser. So what it will do, it will write it as it is on the browser. These are the instructions we are giving to a machine to perform a basic task or to perform a certain task. So if you are writing a whole program for designing a website or for anything, you must be using more than one statement. You will use a lot of statements in a single program. So all these statements are separated by semicolons. Like here you can see after every statement I have written a semicolon. It's necessary. Let me show you an example. See, we'll remove this statement and we'll copy this line and paste it in the next line and write something else here. What we can say, this is our first program we will write. Like suppose I've written here, I'll give it the semicolon here. The moment I'll save it, see, you can see here it's written that hello world, the first statement is interpreted and written over here. Then second it come to welcome to SimpliCode. See, here you can see that I have not written any semicolon, but it's still showing the output. So let me tell you something interesting. So if you remove the semicolon from any of these statements here, it will work fine, which means JavaScript will forgive you for these small errors you do. But it's always a good practice to put a semicolon after every statement, because while writing a whole program in future, you will use n number of statements. And let's see what happens if you try to write more than one statement in a single line without any semicolon. Let's do this thing here. Write more than one statement in a single line and I'll save it. See, it won't work. The moment I put a semicolon here and save it, it will work fine. So that's why I am saying that it is a good practice to use semicolon after each statement. Hope you guys are getting this. Let's move on to comments. So a comment is also common for almost all programming languages. It's a line in programming language which do not have any effect on the output of the program. See, it stays there in the code, but it does not affect the output by any means. A comment may be a multi-line comment or a single line comment as well. To write a single line comment, we just use double slash in front of that statement. Like here, if we see the output is hello world, welcome to SimpliCode. This is our first program. So to make this first statement a comment, what we'll do, we'll use 2 forward slashes in front of it, and it will become a comment. So the moment we will save it, this hello world is disappeared from the output. So this is how to use a single line comment. A comment won't affect your program by any means. Let's move on to multi-line comments. To write a multi-line comment, you have to use a forward slash along with the asterisk sign. See, if you want to make these 2 lines as comments, to end a comment we will use asterisk sign with a forward slash. These 2 statements are comments now. So the moment you will save it, welcome to SimpliCode is also disappeared from the output. That's how comment work. They won't affect your program's output, but comments are very useful in programming. It's just a note for the programmers to remember what they did at that particular part of the program. Suppose you write a program. See, here the programs are not that large and the coding is not that much. But in future when you write a program, maybe the program will be of more than 500 lines or more. So suppose you write a program with more than 500 lines and come back 20 days later. So at that time you can't go through the whole code. This is where comments will help you in JavaScript. It will help you to remember what you did at that particular part of the program. So guys, that's all for this video. See you in the next one where I'll run you through variables in JavaScript. Hope this video will help you. Do give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment your doubts below. Please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe SimpliCode. Thank you.